sunny day. Right there, you took my breath away. Young and pretty, was it just a dream?
We're off to a new year. First thing I want to do is thank you guys so much for subscribing. Thank you for all your comments and all your love. I really do appreciate you guys and the relationships that we've built. Y'all just mean a lot to me. Today we're going to build a haul tree with a bunch of random stuff that I had lying around in my garage. Make sure you stick around to the end of the video. I've got a surprise for you. I kind of had a vision for this when I got started, so I just started digging around the garage. We're going to use that gigantor door. This is called a cornice. Thank you guys. And let's use this old footboard that I had laying around. I'm checking out this footboard here, and you know, I like these beams. I like how big and wide they are, but I'm not a real big fan of this wheat stuff here, so we'll deal with that later. But meanwhile, we need to get this apart so we can use these beams as our supporting structures for this haul tree. As you know, every piece of furniture is different. They're all built different. I really was challenged actually in taking this apart. It took me much longer than it should have. Oh boy, it was put together super well. I'm still working on it. Got all those screws. I thought when I got the screws out it would be easy, but it's still not. Turns out it is nailed in numerous times right here. It's just very difficult. I decided I would just break that board. And yeah, not even close. The jigsaw, let's see if we can go right through all those nails, and no. But we did manage to break the bit on the jigsaw. Oh, heck with it. We're just going to get out the circular saw and cut it. I thought maybe I could just use the rubber mallet and beat that off. And no, it's still giving me a hard time. Getting out the chisels. We're just, you know what? We're going to get it. We're going to get it. It's just going to take some time. Finally, we got it. All right, that was about 2 hours. Yeah. Anyways, let's keep moving. Now we need to get this guy off. Have you guys heard of this stuff? This is Durham's hard putty. It's powder. You mix it with water and you can use it as a wood filler. We're going to do that today. We're going to make it really runny so that we can fill in all these carvings and all these big holes. Just a much faster way to do it than with traditional wood putty. My intention was to fill in all these carvings, but while I was waiting for the first layer of this stuff to dry, I was looking at it and I thought, you know what? I'm going to keep a little bit. I kind of like it. Let's go ahead and sand off the excess so that we can get ready so we can paint it. Meanwhile, we're going to do the same thing with that cornice that we have there. It has some really old chippy latex paint on it, and that's got to go. Get this stuff nice and smooth so it'll be ready to paint. Meanwhile, let's go ahead and start our build. I'm going to use 2x4s for the structure, but I started looking at this piece that we just broke off there, and I kind of like that middle part, so I figured let's go ahead and try to use it. I need to rip that down, and unfortunately, I need to get to that. Can you see back there? That's my table saw. I don't use it very often because it's not easy to get to. I went ahead and cleaned it all up, and I'm just gonna rip that board down so I can use that ornate part right there for the front of this piece. We have that done. We just need to find the exact center of this so we can cut it evenly on either side so it'll fit right smack in the middle on our piece. Let's measure those legs. You always need to do that to deduct them from your supporting boards. I'm a very visual learner. I always have to lay stuff out so I can see how it looks and if I'm going in the right direction. Oh man, am I spoiled by using good quality chalk paints. I didn't have any dark grays, so I went to Lowe's to buy their brand. Oh my gosh, 3 coats later, that's 3 coats. What I ended up doing was putting plaster of Paris into the paint, and then it actually worked pretty good. But look at the warning labels on this can.
Was it just a dream?
Let's get to work making this guy look authentically chippy. Using candle wax has my favorite way to do it. It really just, well, you'll see. So what we're gonna do is just rub this on here, and we're gonna put it in places that we feel like this piece would have aged naturally over time. We're gonna layer this, so we need to have it here and there, but you just take it, rub your candle on there, and then kind of swish, squish, squish that wax down in there. You've probably seen other ways to do this would be to use Vaseline. I chose this method. I like this method best. Vaseline can sometimes leave like oily spots on your piece, and that's no good. Now that we've got that first layer of wax on there, it's time to start layering up the colors. So let's go ahead and get out our Farm Fresh and give this guy a full coat of it.
Make me wait, it's not a funny game. You know just what I feel. Please tell me our love is real. You make me smile when I think of you. If I am down or when I am.
On a lot of this, I'm using the pounce, 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 squish, squish, squish method. I don't want to knock my wax off. I want the wax to stay, and I also want to get into those crevices. So that's just, you know, the best way to do that.
You make me smile when I think of you. If I am down or when I am blue, and I can't get it.
Now we're going to apply that wax again over layer number 2. We're going to cover up a lot of our Farm Fresh. We can put it in the same places, we could put it in different places. For our third and final color, I chose crinoline. I'm going to go back over all of this and then let it dry completely. So time for the fun part. Let's get out our putty knife and start scraping off all the wax that we put on. We're going to expose each layer, so there's going to be a few different colors showing, and that's the really cool part. You can see that where the wax was, it's going to come off in like balls instead of like stripes. So it's not like distressing when you sand. It's not like Vaseline where you've got kind of lumpies. It's like authentically a really cool chippy look.
I met you on a sunny day. Right there, you took my breath away. Young and pretty, was it just a dream? The next day, you called me up. You told me I'm your little buttercup. You came over and you fell into my arms.
So we've got a really big door, and it needs to be very, very stable standing up. So the best way to do that is with pocket holes. We're going to go ahead and use our Craig jig and make pocket holes. So that way we can hook all this together very securely and we don't have any wiggle or wobble. I put pocket holes in each side of all of my supporting beams. almost time to assemble this, but we need to seal it up. We're gonna go ahead and grab our 1 hour enamel in clear satin and give this a very, very durable finish.
And your beautiful smile, your sense of humor makes it all worthwhile. Don't make me wait, it's not a funny game.
I think the wood on this door is just beautiful, but you can see how dry it is. So we're gonna go ahead and cover it all with salve. This is gonna condition the wood, refresh it, and just give it more life, you can tell. And it's also gonna give it more longevity, so it's not gonna dry out. And it's gonna seal it all at the same time. Love this because you can really see the before salve and the after salve. The difference is so dramatic.
Make me smile when I think of you. If I am down.
So now it's time to start assembling. We're going to use all those pocket holes. We're going to put all our boards together. We're going to pray that we got our measurements right. And if we didn't, then we're going to adjust that. Always using a lot of glue, super important for a project like this. Trying to do this kind of thing by yourself sometimes can be just challenging. I was trying to assemble it like that. I'm not going to be able to do it. I got to lay it all down and figure out how to invert it and flip it in my mind to be able to assemble it to the door, because this is not going to work. Trying to do this by yourself can sometimes be hard, so I was frustrated, so I brought in my husband Hamish to help me. Sometimes having reinforcements is really, really nice, and it definitely made that part easier.
I met you on a sunny day. Right there, you took my breath away.
Lots of glue and some brads, and we have the table portion of this already. Nice and sturdy. Yay! Remember this? I wanted to use that. Oh, look, I painted the wrong side. Oh my goodness, Melanie, I'm telling you. Anyways, we're just gonna go with it. It's the wrong side, but it's still, you know, it's okay, right? This big mirror and our cornice, and voila, we are done. This. Debi, Dionne, and Canice are all coming to my store in Albuquerque, New Mexico. It's going to be an online event. If you'd like to join us for the online event, I'm going to put a link to where you can buy tickets for that. If you want to meet these ladies in person in very small COVID-safe groups, I'm going to put a link to that too, so you can come actually hang out with them, meet them, ask them questions, pick their brains, and just have a really, really good time. Feel free to ask me any questions that you have. Again, thank you guys for watching. I hope you like this project. Make sure you tell me in the comments below. You guys are awesome, and remember, only you can make it happen. See ya.